Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Hope everybody's doing well. Just finished up Ironworks with TFR, Josh and Walt. Still on the phone with Josh. I'm going to jump off here in a second. I don't think they can hear you. I got you in my... I wonder if they can hear me. Yeah, they should be able to hear me. But yeah, man, yeah, if you want to jump in, more than welcome. No biggie, all that good stuff. But I'll talk to you here. Cool, sounds good, man. Have a good one, Josh. Love you too. Like, happy January Fools. Let me just shut that off real quick. How is everybody doing? Come on, Skype. Skype was acting funny all morning. I don't know what was going on. Happy January Fools Day, everybody. My new year starts, I was thinking like March 22nd would be a good one. Why doesn't the new year start on one of the equinoxes? Preferably the one going into spring. I don't know. You'd think that would be when you would want to start the new year, when everything's, when the plants are growing, just starting out, and I don't know. And I guess it depends on where you're at on the plane. For some people, it would be their autumn. Working on a hat. The black didn't turn out as well as I thought it would. Got that one. Good times. Then I have another one I made even bigger letters, just a couple of them. But I'm thinking I'm going to get some smaller gauge hemp and just put it nice and small. Something across the bottom here. I'll probably use that black hemp that I have to maybe put some lines in it in the hat. I don't know. We'll see. Hank's over there mowing down. I don't know if you can hear him. Yeah, that 2018 wasn't a bad year, I guess. Grew a lot. Just everything grew a lot. Interesting date. I see you like time. I'm not sure what you mean there, Bruce. Gonna be trying. Oh yeah, making more hats. Just to make them, just to have a couple ready to go. In case somebody, well, I had some extra hemp, so I figured I'd just whip up a couple. I'll have enough to make probably 3 hats. I was 21-3. Yeah, it's the equinox. Usually, sometimes it falls on the 22nd. I always wondered why the pictures of the skull and bones had 3/22. I was wondering if that was a date, if they were marking an equinox for some reason. Yeah, I was born in March. They say I'm a Pisces. It's I don't know. I did something where I had my star chart, this or that, yada yada yada. It was pretty wild. You give the exact time you're born, the date, and all that, and it tells you what was in the sky at the time. You give your lat and longitude, all that kind of stuff. It was interesting. Learning about pulling out CBD oil using coconut oil to administer the CBD through the coconut oil, and it's supposed to be a very efficient way of doing it. It's going to be real neat. I can't wait to start planting. I'm going to have to go get some seeds here pretty soon. Um, about 2 weeks, we can start planting stuff here in Central Florida. I'm going to do some kale, some broccoli, some onions, garlic, green beans. They were thinking maybe they wanted some cabbage, cucumbers, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see what they want. Potatoes for sure. And most of these plants, it's like 90 days. Not showing there. Boopy doo boop. So I'm really excited to. You can probably have two harvests with a lot of the things. Plant some at one time, wait a month or so, and plant it another set. Maybe even wait 2 or 3 months. I know it. Oh, it's going to be weird with the sun. It's going to be interesting going to a new planting zone. That's another thing that I couldn't handle out in the desert was the out in the desert was the ability to have a garden. I didn't want to water things with city water. I thought it rained a lot more down here in Florida. It might in the springtime, summer months. But up in Indiana, it was raining or snowing, all the time. It was very rare that we went multiple weeks without rain. And I thought Florida would rain a lot more than it has. So I'm definitely going to have to look into just holding on to some rainwater and storing it for a little while until we return it back into the ground when it's a more opportune time for our plants to have some rainwater. It's really a city water. We put the city water through an electrolyzer here, and it got so hot that it melted the plastic cup that the water was in. Did a video here on YouTube about it. Couldn't believe it. I've never seen that yet. It was up to 160 degrees, the water was. and the other one was at 80 degrees, I think, with the electrolyzer in it. That was just regular well water. And I've never seen an electrolyzer do that. So I'm not too excited about putting city water onto the plants that are growing. You don't want to water your plants with fluoride and all the other nonsense. I'm sure that's rainwater's the best. It's almost like distilled water with a little bit of live ammonia in it, sal ammoniac, and some other different salts. It's pretty amazing what you can pull out. But yeah, not much new under the sun in flat Earth right now. A lot of arguments going on about what's up in the sky above our heads, a lot of discussions, a lot of theories and thoughts and ideas. I have my ideas and my thoughts about it. I don't think that we are going to be capable of figuring out such things. It's not really for us to do, really. Excuse me. Pull that out of my ear. No need for that. See if Travis wants to join in, maybe. I know he's up. He's always up. See what he's doing this morning. Probably out driving around already. Making this place run. He was asking an interesting question yesterday on Arwen's show about taxes and about what is the word? Are we obligated to pay a federal income tax? But he was asking someone from a different country. And here in the United States, you are not obligated to pay a federal income tax if you are a citizen of this country and you are not doing business with a foreign company and making a profit off of it. If all of your money is made here in the United States and you are a United States citizen, you are not required by any law to pay a federal income tax. That's how the laws are written on the books today. It is a voluntary tax. That doesn't mean that they won't throw you in to one of their prisons for not paying it. But as far as their rules and regulations and laws are concerned, I can actually probably pull it up and find it here real quick. Let's see. And tell you exactly what it says. Let me see. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. 1 minute, please. Sorry about that. I just want to see where he put it. Joe Bannister. Oh, I have to find his own page. They make it so hard to find people like him. He was a former IRS agent. Hey, Ryan Q. Vincent. How are you doing, friend? Happy January Fool's Day. Telling everybody. Yeah, Happy New Year, friend. It's going to be even bigger than last year. But yeah, here in this country, paying a federal tax is not required by any law in the books. Now, you have your state and your county taxes and things like that that you'd have to pay, but as far as a federal tax goes, nope, not in the books. But Travis was saying how, it's we aren't obligated to pay these. We had roads and schools and public transportation and railway systems and all this stuff before taxes. They started taxing your wages. And when it was written, it wasn't written for the poor man to be paying either. Um, Income wasn't considered your daily wage. That is not considered income when the laws were written, when the term, federal income tax came out. It is money that you already have and own and possess, or debt that you own, other people's debt that you own, that you then apply towards something, a business, or investing it in something. The money you get in return, the profit you get off that, was considered your income back then, not a daily wage. So they've really, really turned around the wording and the laws. Now it does say wage on the little form. I'm gonna have to look into citizenship and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Nathan, how we doing, friend? Hope you had a wonderful evening last night. Happy January Fool's Day. Hoping the debate to come back on soon. I'm really missing them. It just goes to show what length people will go to try to silence us, and how the people in charge of these platforms that we use are not, they're not looking out for the interest of freedom of speech or anything like that. And they are taking they like to take their sweet time with the people who are expressing opinion that they don't agree with. it's just one more thing that goes to show people what's really going on. It sucks that it was Nathan that was thrown underneath the bus, but we all need to learn from it. Really, it's a lesson. They're gonna keep doing stuff like this and keep trying. It just sucks because you spent so much time and effort building up that platform. And as I understand it, I mean, it's all of your channels. It's like they don't want you on YouTube anymore almost, which is horrible. I know you figure they could sort it out though. And I know there's a lot of different claims and this and that, but people like you with over 10,000 viewers who do a daily thing, you know, and are, I mean, this is kind of what, you're doing to make a living, to put food on your table. And it's not right that I mean, they can't, well, I guess copyright. I don't know. I don't know how the laws would work if somebody was breaking a certain complained about a copyright law. If you'd have to show them, say, a manufacturer or something like that, because someone said you broke. Hello, Candy. I spy nasalies in the house. How are you guys not? I forgot I have the ability to give out wrenches again. Yeah, I think that's what it is, Nathan. It's horrible. It really is. I hope it all sorts itself out here real soon though, and get to be back in business. Thinking about the new year and what we need to do. What I need to do. I may be traveling to Croatia to live. And I'm not sure what the internet situation is going to be like over there and all that kind of stuff. If I'm going to be able to stay in contact with my normal. I don't have my book in here, Candy. Pink eye. Naturally. I'm not sure. I think they usually give antibiotics for that. I would take Golden Seal. It's a probiotic. It'll help. And maybe some purple coneflower. It's an antiviral, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antifungal. Hey, the Adam Meekin in the house. What's up, cuz? Yeah, just starve you out instead, right, Nathan? And you know what's sad is that's their game plan when they can't win. It has been for, well, I don't know how history really is, but they say the Native Americans here, we call them Indians here in the United States, but the people who were here before the settlers came over from Europe, we couldn't beat them in war. We couldn't beat them in a battle. Um, they they pretty much taught us how to do all our special forces stuff. A lot of the guerrilla tactics and things like that we still teach today um, came from the Native American Indians, their way of fighting, the hit and run, things like that. Not lining up in front of your enemy in a big giant field and saying let's shoot at each other and kill each other that way. No, they didn't fall for that nonsense. They they fought from horseback. They hit you while you were en route traveling, things like that. They were, I mean, they fought to their strengths, and we couldn't compete with that. So what we did was we went around and killed every part of their food source that we could find. You know, we couldn't beat them in a straight up fight. So we attacked them, you know, attacked their stomachs, destroyed all the food in the area so they didn't have anything to live off of. So yeah, Nathan, it's just an old tactic being played out again. So did you had a long night then? Hey, Mr. Meekin. I hope you had fun. You deserve it. I've been thinking about, well, we'll talk about that later. Possible experiments to come in the new year, or tests, observations. I don't know. It may be considered an experiment. We'll have to run that by Nathan. It may be considered an experiment because we do have a dependent variable and an independent variable. I don't know. We'll have to run it by him and see what he thinks. Oh, that is wonderful, Adam. I was in bed well before the clock struck midnight here. I think I actually stayed up till about 10:30. But I had to get up for the Ironworks this morning. Fun show over on TFR. If you missed it, you can still check it out. I think they play it again. Let's see, that would be about 4 hours and 20 minutes, 22 minutes. I think they play it again in, no, it'd probably be 3 hours. Now that I'm not in Central Time, I'm in Eastern Time. I fell asleep listening to Arwen bring it in. Yeah, I saw he was on. I was tired at that time. I think I put on either, I think it was Bob's Burgers. And Hank and I laid down. They were really lighting off the fireworks like crazy last night. He was hanging in the house with the ladies, snuggled up on the couch. No, no, we didn't call anybody like we were joking around about. We were thinking about it. We should have called you. That would have been all right. We no, I mentioned it. Yeah, let's just start calling people. January Fools, haha. 4 a.m. No, we didn't want to push it. We'd like people to answer the phone when we call, and after something like that, then we might not get many answers. It's coming out all right. Yeah, it would have been all right. Was going over. It's neat now having a computer here where I can actually look up the articles and stuff with the guys about space lettuce. I had no idea. Hey, Chris, how we doing, man? You drive safe. 12-hour drive back to Colorado. Are you going to be looking for Pikes Peak and see how far away you can see it from? I swear I saw the White Cap Mountains of the Colorado Rockies when I was in northern Texas. But once I got into New Mexico, I could no longer see them. It was like, I guess, here you go. Say you're, okay, how am I going to do this? Point this down a little bit more. Nope, that's not going to work that way. Okay, right here. Say this is like the white cap of the mountain, this metal part right here. I think it had to do with something like this. I'm back here driving, right? And you have these smaller hills right here. Well, right now I can see over the smaller hills. That, you know? And then as I got closer, these hills right here that I was looking over before, no problem. As I got closer to these hills, now I'm just looking up at these hills and can no longer see these mountains behind it, even though they're still there. My point of view changed, changing the angle at which I was seeing everything. I'm thinking that's what happened. Something like that, along those lines. But I remember seeing it from Texas. The white, I was freaking out. Yeah, this is a good time to do it, though, I would think. Um, in the wintertime, the air seems a little drier. It's been yeah, yeah, it'd be a good idea to focus in on your driving. No, it was 80 degrees yesterday down here. They're saying it's unseasonably warm for this time of year. Usually it's 60s, 50s, something like that. But I mean, it's not like this stuff is unheard of. We have all kinds of weather conditions that change and this and that. And I love when they say that we're the ones doing it, creating global warming. I think we give ourselves too much credit on what we're capable of doing. Yeah, 80 degrees, that's about perfect for me. That's where I like it. Hank likes it a little bit cooler, but hey Ron, welcome friend. No, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting it to be this warm down here. I'll tell you what, if you've never been through northern Florida, the panhandle up there, it is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. All the pine forests and the pine trees and big trees. And it stays relatively warm up there as well. I just don't know if I could handle the summers down here. They say they get brutal. I'm not sure when it was when I came down here. When I was younger. I think it was March. I remember it being real warm. And when we got back, it was cold. Back to Chicago, landed in O'Hare. Let me do a count here, make sure I'm not going too far. All right. 2 more to go, and I'm good. Let me see where I started. Not there. Hmm. Okay, that's where it starts. Yeah, it starts right back here. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, the summers down here are horrible. I wanted to spend one winter of my life though where I didn't see snow. And even though I saw a little bit on the ground on my way through Texas, I still haven't seen snow. It was just a little bit of snow. So I'm going to call it I haven't seen snow this year. But yeah, tropicals where I'd like to be in the wintertime, I guess. Um, Maybe Mediterranean. I don't know. Definitely not desert, though. Like I said, the desert's beautiful and it's nice to visit, but it's just not for me. I know some people that's their home. That's what they know. I just like more green plants and animals around me. More of them. Florida's just amazing. Well, Ryan, you go up to northern Indiana, and I guarantee you will see snow. It hasn't been snowing too much as of yet, but or go up just north of that. Go up to Michigan. They've always got snow, especially on the west side or the east side there, Lake Michigan. Um, or even the UP's even worse. The further Minnesota is amazing for snowfall. I think it's over 300 inches every year, something like that, of snow. Now, snow isn't, it's not that bad. Yeah, I was looking at the Croatian. They're not too bad. They're actually a little bit more mild than I'm used to. So that'll be perfect. Well, a little bit more mild in the wintertime. And their summers don't seem as brutal as in northern Indiana. Yeah, I've never been that far up north to Maine. Yeah, snow from inside the window. No doubt, Candy. I it is beautiful. I'll definitely give snow that. It's a sight to behold. But then you start having to drive in it, and eventually you just get sick of it. It's like, okay, I want to see the sun now. And it's horrible midday when you do see the sun and it's shining real bright. Hey, flat world logic. But the sun will be shining real bright and it's nothing but snow around. Oh, it's so hard to see. I get snow blindness, they call it. It's just so bright. My eyes just sit there in water if I try to keep them open. That's the only time I'll wear some type of sunglasses. But yeah, it's so bright white and lit up that it'll blind you. I don't think it's any type of permanent blindness, but it just makes it so you cannot see anything. You can't focus on anything. There's just too much white light. Yeah, I don't like that. What are we looking at? 7:52. Is Arwen starting up today? Is he doing his early bird? I'm hoping Nathan gets his show up and running again here real soon. I wish they would. See, that's crap. I don't know. Copyright nonsense. Yeah, the spraying. I remember when I first noticed it. 10 minutes for Arwen. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll jump off when he gets going. I try to keep it. I mean, it's impossible to not be live when Poncho's live, you know? They're always live over there. But Arwen, Nathan, Glowbusters, Dell, when those guys are all live, it's just, I don't know. I enjoy watching. I think Glowbusters will be back next week. Hey, the brain. Hopefully, Nathan will be back next week. But I remember when they first started spraying the sky, I was like, "Hey, Sandra, welcome." I was like, What is that? What are they doing?" Probably not. I probably won't join in on Arwen's. Just because I don't know. I don't care for the debating with the trolls. Um, I don't have the patience for it. Was thinking about doing some new observations and tests. So if any of you have any ideas of anything you'd like to see done, um, even doing others' tests and observations that I haven't done yet. I'm always looking to do more tests. Not so much going to redo the old ones like I was thinking. Um, I got a great idea from somebody, wink, wink, that we need to put together a really well, what's the word? Edited properly and written out and pull out all the ums and the ahs and all that kind of stuff. But we need something for people to see and learn about how our eyes work and what we're seeing and all the different visual phenomena that can and do take place almost daily and create what we see. With boats going over the horizon and sunsets and um, mirages, and there's so many different things, diffraction and refraction, but we've learned a lot. Yeah, Ron, but we're not thinking of a video. They had a great idea to come up with like a bunch of little 10-minute videos on each topic, because there's so many different topics that have to do with perspective. And I'm trying to put together in my head how it should be done. Like I need to write it down. But start off at the very basics of how the eye works and how you see. I was thinking of doing it like that, but don't want to make it too scientific. It seems you lose people when you start using big words. That sounds awesome, Ron. That's what we need. We need stuff like that from multiple people, showing all the same stuff and how it all can take place, depending on the atmosphere. It's going to happen here soon. This is just a 14 one. Um, yeah, we need to get. And then, yeah, Ryan, it was a great idea. And I think Nick from Phuket Word would be invaluable. Gav, or Vortex Puppy, who's always on with Dell. His input would be invaluable. Chris Van Matre has done so many observations. People like you, Ron, that anybody who's taken a bunch of ranty, um, Dave, Wide Awake, there's so many people that have put in the time. Sandra, um, that have put in the time and gone out and made all these observations over and over and over again from the same places and show different effects. And it all has to do with how the human eye works. Yeah, it's a great idea. Um, I wish I was better at video editing, and I wish I was better at a lot of things. Yeah, as I'm pulling up weeds out there and getting stuff ready. I'm getting the herb garden ready now. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, we could tackle. Gosh, there's so many different phenomena that take place. Yeah, all things to strive for. Um, it's hard. It is. It's hard to. I had to take a break from flat Earth for a little while there. Um, and even though it's always in my mind, and everything I see, I relate to how it works on a flat plane or how it. I don't know. It still consumes a lot of my thought, but I go through stages. And this last stage of, yeah, exactly, Ron. Air and water temp, very important. But when you go through, it's like I have a go and make observations and do tests and things like that stage. Well, first it's research, and then it's do tests. Well, no, not really. Usually it's, for me, it's do tests first, let the mud flood in. No, I think that stuff is fascinating. I really do, and I think there's signs of it everywhere, and it's just, it's history. I mean, it'd be great if we could try and figure out where the flood came from, where it, all these. Oh, there's so many questions. When you have so many people lying to you about it, it's not like flat Earth. It's not the same. It is and it isn't, almost. This is something that they're slowly covering up, and I don't know. Most of my training right now, or research right now, is going into how to extract CBD using coconut oil. Um, I can't wait to make all this medicine good, strong, clean, with good intentions and love infused in every drop. I'm really excited to. It's like waiting for Christmas 6 months from now. But yeah, I'm really excited about this new opportunity. Natural thyroid medicine. Make sure you get enough iodine, Sandra. Most people, isn't that correct, Adam? Yeah, I know. It's going to be so cool living on the same continent. And over there in Europe, it's like all a hop, skip, and a jump compared to. I did 8,000 miles these last 4 months here in the U.S. But yeah, make sure you get enough iodine, Sandra, that you're. Um, I was getting mine from sea kelp, where you just, I think it's 250 milliliters a day is all you really need, one drop. I put it in a shot glass of water, but that'll help your thyroid, um, help keep it cleaned out from all the heavy elements. Iodine is glucose, iodine. Okay. Other than that, I've never really looked too deeply into it. Um, you know what? I'm gonna go grab a book real quick, and because Candy was asking about something as well. So give me just 1 minute, folks. I'll be right back. Two shakes. All right, y'all. Love this book. Natural Healing Wisdom and Know-How. A Practical Guide to Healthy Living. It's a big book. Little letters. Lots of pages. Um, it's getting all bent up being out in my truck. I have to buy another one of them. Yeah, it's over 480 pages. A lot of good information. Let's see, thyroid. What? Hmm. Doesn't have thyroid. Thymus. Thyme. Thuja ointment. Sorry, maybe let's see what it says about iodine. Hmm. No, gotta have something about iodine in here. Come on. No, that's weird. I thought for sure it'd have something about that in there. Yeah, I don't blame you. Green beans are one of the plants that, but see, the thing is, a lot of them need the iodine to be in the soil in order for it to get into the plant. And I know over here in the US, the soil is void of iodine. One more thing, let me see. Hmm. Maybe I. Yeah, it's a neat book though. It's mostly Eastern. A lot of Eastern medicine. Okay, there's a bunch of different eye infections. Let's see. 69, 75, 83. 69, 75, 83. Check those out. Oh, that's just emergency. Can't believe I remembered it. 75, 83. Oh, come on, you. Oh, different oils for different things. Ba, 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 ba. This is about poultices, honey poultices, onion poultices, cayenne poultice, white cabbage poultice. Yeah, really neat book. Yeah, I'd definitely go for, well, Adam, pink eye, a natural remedy for pink eye. How many places can you go where you have a pharmacist on hand ready to answer your questions? Wet gray sea salt. Yeah, natural. I'm not sure. Do they usually give a antibiotic for pink eye? I'm not sure. If so, I would go with like golden seal and pink eye. Is that fungal, viral, bacterial? I'm not sure. Chloramphenicol. Conjunctivitis. Most low pus types, it's viral. What about Echinacea, purple coneflower? Do they teach you where a lot of the viral and bacterial version? Because I know the purple coneflower, Echinacea, I think they call it, is antiviral and anti. I gotta quit reading. Colloidal silver. I don't know, colloidal silver is pretty amazing. I'm not sure about pink eye. I remember having it once or twice when I was younger, but I haven't had it in quite a while. Baby shampoo. Well, is Arwen live? I bet he is. I'm gonna get rolling. Sun's up, or at least not up, but sun's around, I should say. So, yeah, I got a lot of the hat done. I'm on the very last row where I really have to having to pay attention. Sorry, I was reading the chat. Adam, the Adam Meekin, thank you very much for all of your help. I'm in chat today. Much obliged. Everybody else, thank you for joining as well. I love this. I'm going to try and do this every morning between 7 and 8 before Arwen. I'll just do my little Crocheters Corner nice and early. And if any of you would like to join me any of these times, just shout out. I'll send you a link and all that good stuff. So I'm going to jump off, maybe have a hangout later on this afternoon. We'll see how that tree stump I'm trying to get out comes out. Not sure how long we'll be doing it. But yeah, always a pleasure. And we'll crochet some more tomorrow. See how the hat comes along. I got the black in there. I'm probably going to pull it out. It's a little too big for me. I don't know. We'll see. Get some smaller hem to put stuff in there. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for joining me. I love y'all. It's always fun. And I will see you guys next time. Y'all have a good day. This is Good Times for All signing out. As always, thanks for watching.